everyone. Welcome back to the Panzas channel. Today is April 21st, 2025. It is an absolutely gorgeous spring day here in Central Virginia.
And it's Easter Monday. Happy Easter Monday.
Yes, happy Easter Monday. As we're getting into spring, we've got all sorts of projects around the house. We'll get into what many of those are.
And outside.
And yeah, well, both in and outside the house, around the house. Today I did something that many people would call financially irresponsible.
Very.
It was very irresponsible. I had to go to Walmart to restock the beer supply in the house, and foolishly I left the pans unsupervised in the garden center. So I'll let her explain.
All right, well, we've got a couple of things that we want to try and do. We've decided to try and do a kitchen garden slash herb garden. It's more herb gardens. One thing I've not got yet is basil, and there's a reason behind that. The weather is all up and down. Basil does not like cooler temps, and actually at the garden center there weren't any big basil plants there anyway, so I'm like, that's fine. But we've got here sage, which is very good with pork. Not that we really eat pork. Greek oregano. I have a load of German oregano out there that's going gangbuster, but I actually wanted Greek oregano.
That's gonna be great in salads.
I've got English thyme. I didn't want lemon thyme. I wanted English thyme, coming from England.
Do we have to get a little Union Jack flag for that one?
You know, we might look that up.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. All right, so what do we got over here?
Over here also, but this I'm going to have to do in situ to put it in the pot. The pot's too heavy to move. We've got rosemary, great on lamb. One of the problems with rosemary and lavender, because they're related, and they're supposed to be perennials, but the buggers don't come back. So this is one of the problems I have over here. You can buy perennials, and I don't know if it's the zone that we're in. Oh, I thought I saw something move there. But a lot of this stuff doesn't come back. It's very frustrating. We also have the wildlife. We've got the deer, the bunnies, and the squirrels.
Oh yes, many of the plants here are very tasty to them.
They're very, very high up on their food chain on what they want to eat. And then I've got some hanging baskets I want to do. Hang on, I've got to put my old lady's glasses on because I can't read this shit.
I call mine my grumpy old man glasses.
Yeah, this is called Heavenly Blue Lithodora, and I've got another one over there. So I'm going to put those in 2 pots, and then these are English daisies. One I'm going to put in, if the cameraman can follow me. Don't get my ass. In.
I would never do that.
You never do that. This is another Lithodora in, and anybody can tell me. I don't know if these are white ducks or white geese. Goosey Lucy's.
They are ceramic. We know that.
But I'm going to put one of these. That's why I've got 3 there. So I'm going to do 2 per pot. And then actually these are going in these. These regular plastic hanging baskets that I've had a couple of years. They don't last forever. They will split and you have to put them in the bin. But to jazz them up, just get spray paint. The particular brand I use is Krylon, and just spray them whatever color you want. If you want a terracotta look, if you want an antique bronze or copper look, if you want yellow, if you want blue, if you're really artistic, which I could be, but I'm not. I'm too lazy on this. You could really actually do some designs on this.
Yeah, you could.
It's inexpensive. They will last as long as they can, but they will go. Oh, and these 2, the hangers, again, Krylon, and just get, I really should have done these again. Regular black paint, spray that, and it looks like, wrought iron. So let's begin the fun. Oh, I've got these new gloves, which are kind of interesting because this side it's waterproof and plasticky, and they're very pretty. And I'm only wearing gloves to protect the nails that I don't really have. Supposed to be ladies. Well, I have very long fingers, and these are a little bit on the small side. They make a lot of noise. So, on that note, let me pot up 2 pots and we will get back to you.
All right. Okay, back in 2007, I decided to put some rain barrels up on the back of the house, and these have been super useful ever since we put those up. And now, granted, they don't look all that wonderful. They're really just big, heavy-duty trash cans. But where we live, we're on our own private well system, and so some people would think, oh, well, you just got infinite water. Well, I would not recommend doing that. Good way to run your well dry, and that's why we never really complain too much when it rains. But anyways, these are an emergency source of water. For example, if we lose power, you lose the well pump. So this is an emergency source of water to flush the toilets and things of that nature. Fortunately for today, we're going to use it for watering the stuff that Annie's planting. Very simple design. There we go, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Just a little drain on there. Being former Navy engineer, of course I had to put a sight glass on the side so you can see how much you got in it. But this is what we use for watering the plants instead of wasting the purified water from our well. So, on to the next.
All right, I potted thus far the sage, oregano, Greek oregano, and English thyme. Notice I took the gloves off for some strange reason. I cannot garden with gloves on, per se. Ride horses in the hell of the heat of the summer with gloves on, but I can't garden. So these 3 are good to go, and we will put them in their spots and then water them there. And then we're going to do a difficult one because I'm going to use seeds because I could not get any chives. So I'm going to have to put soil in and then chive seeds on. And
can you explain that green mat thing?
This is a great idea. I saw it. It was, where did I see this?
I think you got that at Walmart.
I think I got it at Walmart. And it just collects all the dirt. And she didn't have anything like this. She actually used like a
Who's
horse.
she?
I'm going to get to that in a minute. Just give me a minute. So, one of the vloggers I watch is a person by the name of Josie Irons. And I have to say she's very, very, very good gardener. She's got the most beautiful greenhouse that I would love to have. And she kind of gave me the idea about doing potting this way, except she used like the bigger like black feed bowls that you put all your mash in and everything for the horses. But then I saw this at Walmart. I think it was near like
$5.
$5, $4.98. And it catches soil, so you will have some waste. One of the reasons why I actually pot here is like there's rubbish here.
Yeah, so that's going to get
it just
paved over here this year.
It just goes in the soil. I'm not too worried about it. But yes, it's a cute idea. So I've started doing that. The other thing I want to just say to everybody is the soil I'm using is potting soil, and it does have fertilizer seeds in it, and depending on the brand you get, it can last 6 months, it can last 9 months, whatever. But I also add in a little bit of good old Miracle Grow shake and feed just to give it a little bit of extra oomph. So yeah, that is that. So I'm going to carry these over. You can stop the camera and then we'll water.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. So this is going to be the kitchen herb garden. As you can see, I've got the thyme, I've got the oregano, I've got the sage over there. I've got curly leaf parsley, which I prefer to loose flat leaf, which is actually cilantro, and I'm not really keen on that. And then I've got mint. I potted mint because it is invasive. However, where I live, it isn't. Go figure.
You've got to work to get it to grow.
You've got to work on it. Now, these lovely metal signs, whatever, markers for the herbs, I got as a birthday present from somebody.
Years ago.
And you can't get them, and we've looked all over the place. We've even looked on Amazon, you can't get them. But we have ordered some cuties from Amazon, and they've got
Rocky the raccoon.
They got raccoons. It's really cute.
By the way, I got an email this morning from Amazon saying they've been shipped, so they should be here in the next couple days.
Quicker. So we needed one for the mint. We've got one for an old one for the basil, and that one for the basil. But I think I've already explained I haven't got the basil yet because I'm not too sure about putting it in. Now this baby boo had dianthus in it. Now dianthus in the UK is supposed to come back. It's the perennial. I don't think it is. So what I'm going to do in this one, which I'm going to have to do in situ because I can't lift this pot and take it over there, is I'm going to put the 3 rosemaries in there. And so hopefully these get going. They're right outside the kitchen. So when we're cooking, we can just come out and snippity whippity dippy.
That's a technical term,
It's
right?
a very technical horticultural term. Whether some of this will come back, good question. Basil doesn't. It's an annual. It will not come back, and it hates cold weather. Whether the mint will, I don't know. So on that note, I'm just going to take a mini break because I'm absolutely dripping with perspiration. And then we'll do a next stage of gardening.
Gardening. Okay, time for a break. Okay, so the break is over. We're back to
Yes, we've not sweating anymore.
Okay, so what's going on now?
Right, I'm going to try and plant some chives from seeds. I'm a bit rubbish on planting from seeds.
We've never had much luck on planting
No,
from
we
seeds,
don't.
except for nasturtiums.
One thing about chives though, chives are very good in like sauces and vinaigrettes.
Yeah, and salads and things like that.
Because, you know, it's basically like onions.
Yeah, it's kind of like onion grass.
So, again, to spare all the boredom, I'm just going to spread all this, and I put some of that in. I'm just going to... Oh, crap. You didn't hear that word. Well, got some on there, so if I chuck that, we might get some chives growing in the
We
ground. Which
might.
is probably more likely that we will get chives growing in some insect dropped on me. Oh, please tell me I'm not gonna...
Is that too many for that little...
No,
All right. You're the expert.
no.
I just mow the grass. And usually when it comes to things like this, I have an excellent ability to
Because
kill plants.
I'd rather do too much than too little because, who knows. I might keep these, because I know Josie keeps these to potting, and I might actually keep these. So, one more thing. I'm going over to my sasha cart. Actually, screw that.
Just plunk it in.
I'll just plonk it in. And again, we are waiting for a marker saying this is chives.
Right. That should be here in a couple days.
So we're going to take this over, and then we're going to take this over, and we're going to do the rosemary.
All right.
All right. Gosh, it's warm. So the other thing I've done is I've taken out some of the soil that did have dianthus. Dianthus is not going to come back. So this is going to go what we call, we got an area that we call the bowl.
Yeah. Basically, we've got a couple low spots around the property. Hello, Andrew. That need to get filled in so we don't get ponding in them. So anytime Annie takes soil out of one of the pots to be replaced with fresh potting soil, I get the leftovers to go fill in the low spots.
And if anything does come back, we're going to have a lovely flower garden out there.
Yeah, you never know.
I don't think so. So I'm going to ask you to sign off while I put these rosemary plants
Yep, we'll
in.
come back when they've been planted.
Yep. All right, Sweaty Betty here. Actually, Sweaty Annie here. So I planted the rosemary. Again, I put more shake and feed in. That's old soil.
Fill in low spots.
And I've got dirty hands. So I'm going to water it in. Always tamper down when you put stuff in. Smush the stuff in. Just push it down. I'm going to have a lot of watering tomorrow morning. I want to, before I take another break, because I'm going to do my fun stuff in a minute. So these stands that these herbs are in, you might be wondering what they are. Or maybe you figured out what they are.
Or were.
Or were. And actually these were dog food stands. They're made out of plastic. I sprayed them with the Krylon again. And yeah, I can see I've got water there.
Unfortunately, they had a tendency to trap a lot of water on them, and it was always a
with
mess.
The dogs that we've got too, it's gonna take me, I'm sweating in the glasses now. The doggies that we've got as well, they're plastic. They can pull these things over. So we retired them and actually husband made some proper wooden stands for the dogs, which they love.
That was a fun project.
Yeah, and they love them. So, but we didn't want to, waste anything. So I just decided, well, it might be good for herbs or flowers or something. And so this is what these are. They might serve a good purpose. They might not. And before I go and take another mini break again, this is English. Woohoo! This one from the same company is English, but we can't use it because there was a problem with it.
It had a leak on the spout, and I've caulked it up, but the caulking's drying, so you should be able to use it tomorrow.
And the funny thing about this one was we went to one store and they had that size in with this print on it. And I said to hubby, nah, the other place will have them. And they didn't. So we went back to the store where they had this in that size.
Like 15 minutes later.
15, 20 minutes later.
It was gone.
Gone. So we had to go back to the other place. But, I mean, I think this is a pretty one too. But these actually are made in Great Britain. Oh yeah, that does go. It does move. Look! So authentic English watering cans, and I try and look as authentic British horticultural gardener here as possible. Even have my barber boots on. So I'm going to take, again, I'm perspiring like you wouldn't believe. Got to put that in the bowl, and then I'm going to do the fun stuff, which is all the hanging baskets.
And for the final bit, just a little bit of watering of the plants that have already been planted. Background, you see Emma there enjoying her yard. Oh, she's gone out of sight. Okay,
I'm tired.
It's been a day.
It's been a day.
But let's finish this off, and then
Yeah,
tomorrow we can hit it
nice.
again.
So I did these hanging baskets. These are in. They're not really wrought iron. It's metal though. Again, when they get a bit rubbish looking, you can always spray this with Krylon. So these are filled with English daisies. I've got no idea how well these are going to do for hanging baskets, but it's an instant gratification with a pop of colour, and that's what I like. So I can tell you that all these lovely pansies are not annuals like they are in England. They will not come back, which is sad. Because aren't they beautiful?
They are. They're very pretty.
These are my 2 of the 3 hydrangeas. These are a bit.
Yeah, we're not sure how well those are doing.
This one, I don't think it's going to come back.
That one may need.
It's woody. I don't think this bugger's coming
Yeah,
back.
we may need to replace that guy.
I think
that
we
one's.
will be replacing it, which is sad. I love hydrangeas. And then the other 2 ones I did, instant gratification, are these 2. And again, this is the Heavenly Blue Lithodora. This is what it looks like when it starts, you know, doing its thing. So yeah, I don't know how these are supposed to be perennials. I do not know how these are going to go through the season. I do not know if the Japanese beetles are going to come and, you know, locust everything and eat the whole lot up. We will see.
We will see.
We will see. So
Time to pack it all up
it
and.
is 16:50, which means it's 10 to 5.
Good, you can do 24-hour time.
Actually, I can work that way.
Woohoo!
And we're going to clean up the mess and sit down, take a break, and then I got to think of what I'm cooking for the dogs. Am I going to do white rice? Am I going to do brown rice?
Now,
Hey, Dougie Wuggy.
there's a very noble-looking dog
Happy Dougie Wuggy.
enjoying his yard,
What'd you think?
which I don't know if that's big enough for him. It's only 1/3 of an acre.
Well, this is for them. So yeah, I think. Oh, she's eating grass. Would you stop eating grass?
You're not a cow, Emma.
It's not good for your gut. It's really bad for your gut.
So, anyways, let's call it quits and clean up.